Hello there. If you've been to our channel before, you know that we bring some of the best brains of the country to speak about what separated them from those that didn't make it to wherever they made. We also speak about the importance of cracking top universities and how that can be done. But if you've been to our channel before, you'd also know that we never fail to mention that the best brains of the country are not necessarily always only in IITs or AIIMS, and how it is perfectly alright, and why in fact it's not just perfectly alright but even good to be associated to a reputed private institution. To further our agenda on that, in episode 4 of the Not an IITian show, let's go speak with Vishal. So, Vishal, who are you and what do you do?
Alright, I am Vishal and I am not an IITian. I go to VIT Vellore and I study computer science there.
Perfect. So the agenda of this video is simple. We're all aware that in India the term private colleges comes with a lot of stigma, especially the top ones are bashed left and right. Everybody, regardless of their connection to education in India, has an opinion on private institutions, and it's almost always negative. And what has happened because of this bubble that the society has created and obviously blown out of proportion is that the average Indian student is terrified to go to one of these places. One of the reasons aspirants want IIT is that they don't want to go to private colleges, and I don't like that. What do you think?
Of course, that's how the society operates, Shyam. The fact that the top IITs are great has completely overshadowed the fact that the top private colleges can be good also, you know. I think before making a comment, you need to understand where the hype originates from. Back in the day, resources were scarce. One of the very few places that had access to computers and internet connections in India were the IITs and the NITs. Excellent researchers and scholars also were available at these places as lecturers and professors because they went here in search of secure government jobs. So the kind of exposure you would get at an NIT or an IIT was unmatched, and hence the hype. Though IIT still retains some of the advantage today, most of these resources are democratized today, which is a very good thing. Every major university has all the resources you would need as an engineer. You can learn from the best teachers from a bedroom with your laptop. So the things you would get only at an NIT or an IIT still exist but are very limited.
Perfectly explained. Soon, I think resources will be democratized and made available so inexpensively that to the extent that even going to college will seem extravagant, right?
Yeah.
Everything is available to everybody.
Right.
You can take Harvard CS50 as a high school student in a village for free and get the certification for just a few bucks, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, India is not ready to accept people without professional degrees as of now. But someday online education will become such a high standard that nobody will want to say no.
Yeah.
My point being, there's hardly anything that's available only at particular places anymore. Even coming to a peer group or a team to work with, as Vikram said in episode 2, people identify good gamers from across the world to game with. If that's possible, it's also possible to find good people across the globe to work with. I'm speaking with first-hand experience. So Vishal, what is the thing that you're most tired of hearing? What is that one thing which you wish you could shout out to the society?
Easy. Not every student in a private university has entered it by paying extra money, Shyam, or because they know somebody, or entered into the cliched management seat. There are private universities where the concept of management seats doesn't even exist. Yes, I said that. The top private colleges aren't looting anybody. They provide us with a lot of cutting edge facilities, and they definitely need money to do this right. Placements in private colleges doesn't only mean getting into mass recruiters. First of all, there's nothing wrong working for a mass recruiter either. But private university students get handpicked by unicorn startups and the big bulls also.
Good that you mentioned management. See, a lot of students don't like the fact that private colleges provide seats in exchange for money.
Yeah.
But they've also not understood why. Right?
Yeah.
IITs and NITs are able to charge peanuts because they are centrally funded. That means the IITian's fee is highly subsidized by the Indian taxpayer. They're called GFTIs, I think, government funded technical institutions.
Yeah.
The union government allots thousands of crores of rupees to these institutions. So you're having to pay less.
Yeah.
Where will private institutions get money from then? Well, then people say BITS doesn't have it either, Manipal doesn't have it either, and they have a few more examples where there are no management seats. Well, if that's your argument, then also consider that BITS and Manipal charge the same fee for everyone, regardless of their rank, except the top ranks in each branch, I think. And they charge heavily by Indian standards. And why do you think NRI seats are paid for in dollars? They receive the same education, they should be charged the same, right?
Yeah.
So colleges like VIT do it a little differently by introducing categories so that they can charge just as much as the IITs for the ranker, and a little more to the above average and a lot more to the average student. Now call that whatever you want, but running a business today is expensive, especially huge technical institutions. So they need money to run it. And if you think about it, it's only fair that they do this. What do you think, Vishal?
Exactly. And these complaints obviously come from the students in the first 1 or 2 categories. So students in categories 1 or 2 complain, somebody else is getting exactly what I'm getting just by paying more, without understanding that they are having to pay less just because somebody else is paying more. So basically a category 4 or category 5 is paying his fees and part of your fee. That's why you need to pay only 2 lakhs or whatever it is now. Otherwise, you'll also have to pay 4 to 6 lakhs every year. And second, there's frequent complaints of management students dilute the quality of the class. I don't mean to say that's false, but even the quality of the government institutions are diluted due to reservations, Around 50% of the seats are reserved for the underprivileged and the backward classes of the society. Does that mean that reservation is wrong? No, not at all. We need reservation to uplift unprivileged sections of the society. Likewise, we need management seats to reduce the fees of the ranker and to simultaneously run a business.
Exactly. See, dilution is bad. You should try to avoid it. But if it needs to happen for a cause, it's inevitable. Also, what are you worried about? Your merit doesn't depend on your class. Your merit depends on you. So, focus on you. Also, as mentioned in earlier videos, studying hard, working hard, winning, etc. are habits. You worked hard outside, you'll work hard inside also. You won outside, you'll win inside also. So it's okay. I mean, understand that things exist for a reason, but focus on you. So again, this is not us saying that management is for the better of the world or anything like that. But if that's your only resort, there's nothing wrong with that either. There are not many videos on YouTube talking about management seats or reservations or whatnot, because these are highly controversial topics. But we didn't mind, because I think my job is to simply explain to you the way things work. To challenge or to accept is at your disposal, right? Anything else you'd like to convey?
Yes. I would say to everybody, don't judge a student as soon as you learn that they're going to a private college. It doesn't always mean that they weren't smart enough to crack JEE. See, a lot of students in the top branches of top private universities like Manipal, VIT, BITS or Amrita are often the ones that couldn't get the branch of their choice at an IIT or an NIT. And for everybody that doesn't know, as a general category student, getting the branch of your choice is unimaginably hard. Or even if you do we get it at one of the newer IITs or IIITs, ones that don't even have campuses of their own, or the ones where even one batch hasn't passed out yet, right? So when you're faced with a choice, let's say civil at an IIT or CSE at VIT, it's a great dilemma where we decide we should rather be studying what we like or choose CS at VIT. What happens because of all this societal judgment is that we are made to regret our choice. The subtle comments passed make us question our choices and make us think, should I have taken metallurgy at an IIT or an NIT or the IIIT nobody has heard of, Or maybe the dude just had a bad day on the day of the exam. There could have been a million reasons.
Super. I'll tell you my point of view. See, what are you going to do with college, regardless of whether it is an IIT or not? Engineering. I mean, today I can even further narrow it down to particularly computer science. But what takes you into a college? Physics, chemistry and math, and sometimes English. So I think it's naive to assume that a guy who's good at PCM is innately also good at every branch of engineering. Some people can be great at science, bad at engineering, and some others can be great at engineering and bad at science, But the reason the IIT peer group has the kind of impact it does is because they're all smart. They rock a basic level of intellectual capability that has helped them get there. They're all hardworking, they're all consistent. See, this is in no way me saying that the peer group at private institutions at par with IIT. But if you are watching this video, it's probably you couldn't make it to an IIT, So I guarantee you that there are amazing people in great numbers who all have the above mentioned traits in the top private institutions as well. I repeat, in the top private institutions as well. But the density is lesser for sure. That's just a fact I'm not willing to deny. But you will never feel a lack for good people who are doing great things. They are there. Just as many crazy 40-50 lakh packages come out of private colleges today. Just as many CEOs have come out of private colleges in the past. I can't iterate on this enough. College is just a tool. You are the craftsman. The craft depends much more on you than it does on the tool. You've heard the bad workman blames his tools. So if you want to use I go to private college as a justification for doing poorly, that's on you.
Damn, that was heavy. I want to point out the best part about this channel is how direct and straightforward the content is. I feel like you know exactly what they need to hear and not what they want to hear.
Thank you, Vishal. See, sometimes I come off as too direct or something. But my opinion is that I'm not going to get anything by sugarcoating things to you.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this so that I can say, bro, you're doing everything right, keep doing it. There are other channels for that. My job, I believe, is to convey what needs to be conveyed. If I say something that challenged your ego momentarily but changed you for the better, long term, changed the way you looked at something, motivated you to work harder or study better, my mission is accomplished, right?
Totally. Keep doing it, Shyam.
I will.
So I was told that there was viewer ask section today as part of the video.
That's right. This is a coming together of students from two big private players, VIT Vellore and MIT Manipal. So I asked some of our viewers things they like some clarity on.
Yeah.
So this is a small break the myth or stereotype section. We are calling it the aspirant asks section.
Okay.
It's not a rapid fire, so if you want to take your time and answer it, go ahead. Okay.
Okay. Are these questions from students in high school?
Is it?
Yeah, from high schoolers, graduates, freshers.
Oh, it's from high school also. People that are freshers also.
Okay.
So the first two questions are obviously about management and peer group. We've already covered that. We've kind of covered this also, but this is a good one. Only mass recruiters come to private universities. Is that true?
That's a myth. Okay, listen. Firstly, there's nothing wrong with mass recruitment. It just means the company needs a lot of people for the kind of work they do. And millions of people get the first opportunities of their lives at mass recruiting companies. I only think we should be appreciative of that. Never ever make that a matter of ridicule. Secondly, no. Mass recruiters also come to private colleges. Other companies come to that just pick 10 to 20 people, sometimes even just 1 or 2. And even the mass recruiters, it's not like they give everybody the same benefits. If they consider you meritorious, they'll reward you accordingly. You'll be paid according to the kind of work you do. It's not as if going to a mass recruiter is your only option here. Unicorn startup come, everybody comes. So don't worry.
Okay. Just to be safe, I'm going to repeat the fact that we're speaking about select top private universities.
Yeah.
I don't want to take names, otherwise they're asking me in the comment section if VIT or Manipal or BITS sponsored the video. So please don't pull a random college, unheard of local university in your town and say that we're being factually incorrect.
Yeah.
Next. The question says, are salaries capped at only 6 lakhs for students at XYZ private college? Do companies refuse to give more than that? Actually, can I take this one, Vishal?
Yeah, I think you should too.
Okay. There are many problems with this question. Firstly, what is only 6 to 8 lakhs? I'm sure this is asked by a high school student. Because once you enter college, you'll realize that making money is hard. And 6 to 8 lakhs a year is good money for a pass out.
Yeah.
Students are spoiled today by reading 1 or 2 articles from the newspaper that says IITN bags 1 crore package. So that's 1 or 2 people out of how many thousands? Also, there's always a catch, there's a joining bonus.
Yeah.
Or it's not a domestic job or whatever. Even if it is 1 crore in reality, it's 10 to 20 people in the country, all over India, every year. And you don't realize the kind of effort it takes to achieve that.
Yeah.
And second, no, there is no cap like that. As mentioned multiple times, if you follow private college news, you'll find out that many students get over 20 lakhs, some even over 40 and 50 every year at the top private colleges. I can personally vouch from my side. Again, college had probably 10 to 20% to do with that. The rest was all individual effort, right? Some companies will have a cap saying don't pay more than this much, but that's for the company, not for the college.
Yeah.
I hope you understood. Moving on. Okay. Wow. This is quite heavy. I need to paraphrase it. Private college students become party animals and fall prey to addictive substances within a year or 2. And they just go there to enjoy and yeah, I think this is enough. Response?
First of all, oh my god, where do I even start answering that? Okay, if you're talking about the existence or exposure to additive substances, that is in every university, not only India but the world. A place filled with thousands of 18 to 24-year-olds. What do you expect? Everybody wants to do masters in a university in US, right? So you think students in the US don't drink or smoke obsessively? Becoming a party animal is your choice. These substances exist on earth. Nobody's coming and forcing you to do anything. And if they are, you are hanging out with the wrong group of people.
Sorry to interrupt. If you have such a group of friends, watch episode 2 where we spoke about choosing the right set of friends. Sorry.
Yeah. So if you want to do something stupid, it will be available at your disposal. So discipline is not making mistakes when there's not an opportunity to make them. Discipline is not making mistakes even when you can. you will not be protected all your life, right?
Mm.
Anyway, a fraction of students fall prey to these kind of things in every university of the world.
Mm.
It's an entirely personal decision, Sham, and has got nothing to do with the college.
Mm.
Please don't link it to university. No university will obviously allow this. They have strict rules against it.
Mm.
But teenagers find ways. That's okay. You steer clear of this. You won't find it unless you go looking for it. That's all. Most people go through all 4 years of engineering without even thinking about any of this, right? It all depends on what you want from the college. And no, we go to college to enjoy. That's right. But I guess the definition of enjoyment is really or greatly varied between people. For example, this is 2 college boys enjoying making a video. We later enjoy by coding tonight. So it depends on what enjoyment is for you, right? But if you know what you want, this is something you won't worry about.
That was an exhaustive answer. Very well said. Next one.
Yeah.
Okay. Private colleges open a lot of branches in different cities, therefore diluting their tag name. Is that a good thing? Okay, I think I'll take this again. There are 23 IITs, 31 NITs, and 25 triple ITs in India.
Yeah.
What got diluted? So many high school graduates today find their interests, or rather are forced to find their interests in engineering. That's a separate video by itself. So institutions are capitalizing on this opportunity and are supplying for the demand. I'm instead happy that more and more Indian students now have access to good facilities and quality education. If you're that particular, don't focus on new branches. Aim for the oldest one and make it there.
Yeah.
I know that there will be a question on specialization if I scroll further. The same applies to that also. Yes, try to avoid newer branches of colleges or specializations, but if that's all you're left with, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
A is better than B is not the same as A is good and B is bad, right?
Yeah. Well said. Aspirants worry about too many things these days, Sham. Just don't. Take it easy. Is that it?
Yes, that will be it for this video. Now, before we wrap this video up, I want to end on a positive note. It's been a year in private college for you and me. So, how was your mindset about going to a private college as soon as you took admission versus now? How has your attitude changed and what have you learnt from this change?
To be honest, I felt extremely disappointed and saddened initially because of the aforementioned reason, Sham. The most painful part is not missing what you want, but just missing what you want. Had we failed, it would have been okay, but knowing that just 2 or 3 more questions done right could have put me where I wanted to be is painful. Now my feelings are different, obviously. I feel that I've made the right choice by taking my desired course in one of the best private colleges. The only thing that I think of when I think that I've ended up in a private engineering college is that, okay, I've got to work harder, push harder and earn whatever edge I've lost.
Actually, Vishal, we didn't lose any edge because we never had one. Some of our friends have earned one through stellar performances in the JEE and we have yet to earn that through something else, that's all.
Yes, that's it. People complicate things by comparing a lot of parameters that are of no significance to them, things that are outside of their control. You must realize that in 4 years, you just have to equip yourself with good knowledge and understanding, and everything else will fall in place automatically. If you want to make lemon juice, just focusing on the lemon juice will not work. Find out the recipe, follow the steps, and the lemon juice will happen whether you want it or not. You know, I would like to conclude by saying that no matter if it's an IIT or NIT or BITS or Manipal or VIT or Amrita or SSN or any local college in your city, you've still got more than enough opportunities to make it.
Alright then, thank you so much for coming here and helping me further my agenda, Vishal.
Our agenda, Sham, and I hope we have caused some mindset shift.
I know, that was some heavy stuff right there. Our point being that the grass is green on either side and it all depends on the eye of the beholder. Next week, to speak with us in episode 4 of the IIT Mind Show, we have JEE Mains 2020 99.8 percentile, JEE Advanced 2020 All India rank 481. Need I say more? I don't think so. So just join in next week. Until then, see you, take care, bye bye, and work hard.